All right, let us say hello to a man. And truth be told, I think we all need this in our lives right now. And selfishly, I need this in my life. He is the reigning, defending UFC flyweight champion of the world. He will defend that title on January 22nd. Look at this guy against his old friend, Deiveson Figueiredo in Anaheim, California. The one and only, the assassin baby, Brandon Moreno. Brandon, my man, thank you for doing this. Happy New Year. How are you, sir?
Thank you, man. Mr. Heck. What the heck with my heck right here? Man, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. I mean, I really appreciate this, man, especially so close to the fight. And I have to be honest, the timing is so good for this, my man. I needed some positivity. I needed to find it in the biggest way possible. And I owed it to myself. I owed it to the people with everything going on in the world to be as positive as possible. And here you are to make that happen. I know you got a big fight ahead of you in a little over a week as you record this right now, but outside of the actual fight world, how has 2022 been treating you so far, my man?
With hungry. I'm hungry since 2021. But man, was hard because it was my first holidays in diet for my fight in training camp. So in the last years, I was fighting in, I don't know, like December 4, December 12 or 11, something like that. So I just finished the fight and go to my holidays with my family and enjoyed everything, right? But right now, everything was like so hard. Was hard again. But, I mean, everything is for some reason. And I'm ready. So my weight is on point. The training camp was really, really hard. But I feel on point and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're looking pretty svelte right now, Brandon. You're looking in tremendous condition right now. Like even better, dare I say, even better than the title fight in June.
Man, thank you.
I didn't know if there was like an explanation there. Do you feel like you're in better shape than that other fight? You look like you are.
Man, steroids is the answer. Just kidding. No.
It's not true. It's not true.
Ustada, no, he's coming. No, just kidding.
Here they come. Boom, boom, boom.
No. I mean, man. So after the first fight, the second fight, finishing all my media stuff, media tours and everything, I'm starting thinking the next one. I mean, even though in that moment I don't knew nothing about my next opponent in that moment. But I was thinking like, hey man, I mean, now you're the champion. Congrats. Like it's amazing, right? But you need to stay focused because now is when everything is put even harder than ever. And I did everything by myself to do a really, really hard training camp. I'm eating very, very well. And my training camp was was terrible. I mean, it was really hard. I went to Tijuana for 5 weeks. I trained very, very hard there. Then I'll be back here in Vegas to start to recover myself. But man, my 5 weeks in Tijuana was incredible.
I'm glad you mentioned the sort of mentality of being the champion now, because you entered the first two fights against Deiveson as the challenger. You're the guy on the chase. You're the hunter, if you will. And now you're the guy with the bullseye in the back. You are the champion, and Deiveson chasing you this time. And I'm sure physically, as we talked about, business as usual, fight camp sucks, evolution, etc. But being UFC champion, you're getting ready for your first ever UFC title defense. Does it feel different up here? Like, does it feel any different this time around?
No. I mean, I was thinking about it and everything is the same. I mean, I have a fight. Somebody's trying to kill me and I need to defend my title. And that's it. Okay. I mean, that is the only difference. I'm defending something, but it's the same thing. I'll go to the octagon with some guy who is trying to beat me. So who is trying to get the food of my family. So I was trying to be very, very focused and just be a champion for the cameras, right? For the media, for all that stuff. But to me, I'm just trying to be just Brandon Moreno and be the same guy and trying very, very hard every single day as always.
How, because we spoke maybe 48 hours or so after you won the title, part of this media tour that you were talking about. And it was this all new experience for you. It hadn't fully hit you yet at the time. And it's been what, 7 months now since Dana White put that title around your waist. How would you say life has changed for you? Like, what's it like being the man? I know a lot of, like, with the fight stuff is the same. It's another man trying to kill you, or whatever, but you're the freaking champion. You've been the champion for 7 months now. Like, it's gotta feel a little different, right? Like you've almost made it. Like, I feel like you're getting closer to that. Do you feel like things have changed in some way for you?
First month after the fight, everything was like, wow, Brandon Moreno is the Mexican champion, and everything, media tour, the interviews, all that stuff. I don't know how to say in English, like the treat of the people. Yes or no?
People treating you like a king almost.
Yeah, like a king, like very nice in every single place. I remember I had a vacation in Puerto Vallarta. I went to some restaurant, and the restaurant was very full of people. But the owner of the place recognized me, and so they gave me immediately a table for all my people. That part was amazing. Okay, I need to be honest. But yeah, so after the first maybe after the first 2 months of all these like fever of Brandon Moreno was like a little bit low, start to go a little bit low. But now again, everything like, oh, Brandon Moreno is everywhere, in every single place, in social media, in the interviews, in the cameras. Yeah, I mean, everything changed. But I think it's about education, and it's about how you take all this new life in your mind. Okay, so to me, it's like I'm just trying to enjoy every single moment of this life, and obviously, again, it's the same. I thought it was the same.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed with you. Sometimes when people come to champion, they get a little too, look at me, but you haven't changed one bit in that way.
Man, and I was scared for that too. We know about a lot of champions who get the title and start to lose his mind and lose the first title defense and then start to lose, or a lot of examples. And I was scared to be that guy. Like, oh, man, I don't want to be that guy. So that's why. Is another reason for why I wanted to do a really hard training camp and stay focused in this.
So you get to fight Deiveson Figueiredo again, and I'm curious about all of this because there were rumblings ahead of time, maybe a different name. That obviously didn't happen. Figueiredo once again. In this scenario, obviously, first fight's a draw. Second fight was pretty one-sided. You had the performance of a lifetime, and you put him away in the third. He was thinking about maybe even moving up to 135 after that fight. So were you surprised this is the direction, or did you see this coming?
Was about circumstances. So in that moment, yes, I was a little bit surprised because the second fight was domination. But in that moment, any other contender was available. So Askarov had some injury. Pantoja had some injury in his knee. So anybody was available in this moment. And Figueiredo start to talk about like how this guy's scared of me, and he don't want to give me the trilogy. But man, I mean, I was just waiting for the name. Literal, the first name UFC gave me was Figueiredo, and I said yes in that moment because I just wanted to fight. So that's it. Yes, at first was a little bit surprised, but at the end of the day, first fight was incredible. Second fight was total domination. But I mean, maybe the trilogy can be nice to put the job finished in this third fight and put Deiveson Figueiredo in the 135 pounds division.
I'm sure you've seen that he's changed things up a little bit. He's working with a new group of fighters. He's been in the United States for most of this camp. I'm sure that changes nothing for you in terms of your preparation. Is that accurate?
Obviously, you try to watch the fight and try to see holes on his game and my game. No, even if I won like I did last June, but my preparation was about to keep everything sharp, My strength and conditioning, my cardio, all my body. I put too much attention on that point because right now I feel like maybe it's the only advantage Figueiredo has on me. Like maybe he's bigger and maybe he's stronger than me, but then right now I feel like that fall is like covered.
The crowd in Phoenix for your title win. I mean, what a moment that was. One of the all-time feel-good moments in the history of the UFC, in my opinion. And what was interesting about that fight is we spoke right before that. It was kind of a home away from home fight for you because you had fought so many times in that area before. So, but what some people may not remember is you have a bit of history fighting in the Anaheim area as well, because it was June of 2019, nearly 2 years to the day prior to you winning the UFC flyweight title. You won the LFA flyweight title in Cabazon, California, which I looked this up actually, about a 90-minute drive from Anaheim to that arena where you won the title. So good things have happened to you when you fight in that area as well, Brandon. Are you excited to return to the place where this UFC comeback story pretty much began for you?
Actually, I mean, I have fights like long time ago. Like when I started to fight in the United States, I had like a few fights in that area. So when UFC told me about they wanted to move my fight until January, I was like a little bit disappointed. Like, man, this part of me, like a competitor, he wanted to fight in December. You know, just one fight in 1 year sucks. But then they told me about the location, about Anaheim, and after the second fight against Figueiredo, I went to a soccer game. The national team, the soccer national team of Mexico was playing there in Anaheim, and man, the Mexican people there, like, it's too much people. So many people there in Anaheim and so many Mexican people. And the good vibe was amazing. So when UFC told me about Anaheim, I was so excited. Like, okay, that sounds good. All right, we can wait one more month for that.
Winning the fight is obviously top priority for you, and it's going to be pretty tough to do it better than you did in June. But if you do, that'd be pretty darn remarkable. And you would end this rivalry. You would put Deiveson Figueiredo behind you for good, maybe up to 135. Are you a visual guy at this point? You're the champ now. Are you visualizing this? Is there? Do you see this playing out in a certain way?
Man, you know what? You know what is the most sad part? I don't have any rivalry with anybody. I don't, man. This
a competitive rivalry, right? It's a competitive rivalry.
Yeah, that one is real. But man, he's trying to try to do some. It's so funny to me, man. It's so funny. But in this point, I'm just trying to think about the fight. Like, I need to be very sharp as the last fight, and I need to put like pressure like I did before, and that's it. Obviously, I understand he's trying to do something different for this one because he need to do it. But again, the training camp was so hard. I feel so ready right now. I can fight even right now this weekend. Just I need to wait and make weight, but I'm ready.
It'd be a fun week for you because before your title win, you're sitting next to Nate Diaz at the press conference, and what a dynamic duo you guys became. And this time you're probably going to be sitting next to Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion, if you guys have a press conference. So you got Ngannou and you sitting right next to each other, just chopping it up and having a good time. That should be a lot of fun, right?
Man. So last time, the last press conference was my first one. Man, I was so like excited. Like everything was like amazing to me. The experience, the people, all the crowd supporting Nate Diaz, and I was like getting a good time with Nate, and all the people with Nate was like support me too. Like was amazing. And yeah, I know Francis from here from Las Vegas. I see him like every single day, like in the UFC PI. We get PT physical therapy together, talking, and it's funny. So man, I'm trying to imagine that moment in a few days, and I just try to get some fun right there.
Few last things. I have to ask you about this Lego UFC title belts that we saw you with. What an amazing gift that must have been for you. How did you react to seeing that? What did that all mean to you?
Man, means a lot. It's very nice, and it's the same size like the original. And so some a local artist from here from Las Vegas talked with the UFC. They make it, and they gave me the belt last week. So it was a surprise to me. Some guy from UFC in Espanol talked with me and say, "Hey, you need to come to the UFC Apex at 2:00 tomorrow." Like, oh, okay, I'll be there. And so I went to the UFC Apex, and a lot of cameras, and the guy told me like, "Hey, you need to put your mic." Like, why I need a mic? Like, okay. So, hey, we need to go to the octagon. I walked to the octagon. The artist was there, and they started to talk with me like, "Hey, we know. I mean, you are the champion, and we know you love Legos, so you deserve this." And boom, they showed me the belt, and man, the belt is incredible. It's very, really nice. 2,000 pieces in total, I think so.
Wow. Is there going to be a special place in the Moreno mansion for the Lego title belts?
Man, right now I'm very focused on the fight, but after the fight, I need to put the belt, like the original, in a really nice frame.
There you go. Couple more things. Did you enjoy the World MMA Awards? You were cleaning up, winning all the trophies, man.
Man, I was on fire that night. I mean, Kamaru Usman won the Fighter of the Year, but I have 3. It's just, I mean, if you put that in the balance, the same. Fighter of the Year too.
By the way, did you get some new ink after you won the title? Did you get
a new this tattoo? One?
Oh, look at that. That is sharp, man.
My name. That my name means speed sword. That's why I put this one here in my left hand, because I love swords too.
Oh yeah, doesn't surprise me at all. And then last thing, I wanted to ask you about this, but never had the chance to. I saw a few photos over the last several months on Instagram. You're rocking the Michael Jordan red Chicago Bulls basketball jersey. So I'm curious if that jersey means something to you. Were you a big Michael Jordan fan as a youngster, or is that just like a jersey that you just have and you're just like, oh, I'll just wear this today?
Man, I need to be honest with you. So I'm not a huge fan of basketball. I don't know too much about the sport. It's very fun, the sport. I love to watch it, but I don't have a team, and I don't support nothing. But I'm starting to know about the history of Michael Jordan for the famous I forget the show in Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's so good.
The Last Dance.
So good. Last Dance. Yep, you got it.
And then I started to investigate a little bit more about Michael Jordan, and then my manager Jason told me about the one book. Then the name is Winning, from Tim Grover. Tim Grover was the personal trainer of Michael Jordan. I read the book, and the ideas, how he works, how he was in his regular life, the obsession to win everything. That was to me like something different, and I started to watch more information about his life and everything, and was very inspirational to me.
To hear, man. Like I said at the top, I needed this conversation, Brandon. It's been far too long. I know you're the champ now, and you're doing a ton of interviews. You're going on the MMA Hour. You're the man right now, and I got that. But a piece of me deep down selfishly was hoping that somehow, some way, we would get this chance to chat again before this fight, because it's kind of a history thing with us. It's a tradition, if you will. So thank you so much, my man. I truly appreciate it. All the best to you, the rest of this camp. All the best to you on fight week. All the best to you in your first title defense. I can't wait to watch it. Thank you very much, as always, Brandon.
Thank you so much, Mr. Haig. Have a good night.